Welcome back to our channel where we delve into the complex world of psychology, philosophy, and modern life. Today we're peeling back the layers of a pervasive influence in our everyday lives, consumerism. It's a phenomenon that's embedded in our society, subtly shaping our desires, aspirations, and perceptions of happiness. In this bustling, fast-paced world, we're often led to believe that more is better. Every corner we turn, every screen we glance at, we're bombarded with advertisements. These messages are craftily designed to convince us that the latest gadget, the hottest fashion trend, or the next lifestyle upgrade is the golden ticket to our happiness. But let's pause and ask ourselves, is it truly so? This constant chase after material possessions, fueled by the relentless engine of consumerism, often leads us down a path strewn with dissatisfaction and discontent. The corporations and marketers behind these products and services are not just selling us things. They're selling us a narrative. It's a story that tells us we're incomplete without their newest offering, keeping us in a perpetual state of want. According to the American Psychological Association, this drive towards materialistic values may be rooted in early insecurities and is linked to lower life satisfaction. We're caught in a vicious cycle of discontent, where we're led to believe that happiness can be bought, and so we're always chasing after the next best thing. In essence, consumerism is a siren song that promises fulfillment, but often leaves us feeling empty. Its allure is potent, but the satisfaction it brings is fleeting. The moment we possess the object of our desire, our eyes are already set on the next acquisition. This is a complex issue that goes beyond individual wants and needs. It's about understanding the intricate web of psychological, social, and environmental factors that feed this cycle of consumption. But don't despair. Awareness is the first step towards change. The vicious cycle of discontent, perpetuated by the notion that happiness can be bought, leads to a never-ending chase for the next best thing. One of the most insidious effects of consumerism is how it shifts our locus of control externally. In psychological terms, the locus of control refers to the degree to which individuals believe that they can control events affecting them. It's about where we place the power over the events in our lives. Do we believe we hold the reins, or do we perceive that external forces are driving our lives? Consumerism, with its persuasive advertising and enticing promises, often shifts our locus of control externally. We're led to believe that our happiness, our success, and even our self-worth are tied to the material possessions we accumulate. The latest smartphone, the trendiest clothes, the flashiest car, these become the yardsticks by which we measure our lives. This external shift is not without its consequences. It creates a sense of dependency on external validation, often leading to feelings of helplessness, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. Our contentment becomes contingent on acquiring the next big thing, the next shiny object that catches our eye. This dependency can be debilitating, leaving us feeling powerless over our own happiness and fulfillment. Research underscores the implications of this shift. Studies show that consumers who believe they have an internal locus of control, those who believe they have the power to determine their own happiness, tend to demonstrate more strategic and informed shopping behaviors. They are less likely to be swayed by persuasive advertising and more likely to make purchases that align with their personal values and needs. On the other hand, consumers who believe their happiness is dependent on external factors, like owning the latest products or keeping up with trends, are often caught in a cycle of perpetual dissatisfaction. Their well-being becomes tied to the whims of the market, leaving them feeling like they're constantly playing catch-up. When we believe our happiness depends on external factors, we give up our power to control our own lives. It's crucial to recognize this shift and understand its implications. By doing so, we can begin to reclaim our power, shifting our focus from external possessions to internal fulfillment, and ultimately break free from the cycle of consumerism. But it's not just personal unhappiness at stake here. Consumerism has broader environmental and social impacts. As we continue our exploration of consumerism, it's crucial to understand the larger consequences that extend beyond our individual lives. The constant demand for more and the need to keep up with the latest trends has a significant impact on our environment. The production of goods consumes natural resources, contributes to deforestation, and leads to increased carbon emissions. All this, in turn, accelerates climate change and biodiversity loss, leaving our planet in an increasingly precarious state. Moreover, the culture of consumerism promotes a throwaway society where items are quickly discarded in favor of the new. The result is a mounting waste problem, from plastic pollution in our oceans to electronic waste that's hazardous and difficult to manage. The environmental footprint of our consumption habits is simply unsustainable. But the impact of consumerism isn't limited to the environment. It also has profound social implications. A society driven by consumerism often breeds a culture of comparison and competition. We compare our possessions with others, and this comparison can lead to feelings of inadequacy, envy, and even depression. The societal emphasis on material wealth can overshadow the importance of personal growth, relationships, and community engagement. Furthermore, consumerism can contribute to social inequality. The relentless pursuit of wealth and consumption often widens the gap between the rich and the poor. The wealthy can afford the latest products and services, while those less fortunate struggle to meet their basic needs. This growing divide can lead to social tension and unrest. Consumerism also affects our sense of community and belonging. In a society where material possessions are highly valued, we risk losing our connection to each other. We can become more isolated, prioritizing possessions over relationships and consumption over community. This brings us to a sobering conclusion. The culture of consumerism affects not just our personal happiness, but also our planet, relationships, and sense of belonging. As we grapple with these broader implications, it's clear that we need to rethink our relationship with consumption and strive for a more sustainable and equitable world. So, how do we break free from this consumerism trap? The answer, surprisingly, isn't about earning more or buying less. It's about shifting our mindset, cultivating an internal locus of control that can withstand the constant bombardment of marketing messages. The first step is to recognize that true happiness and fulfillment aren't found on a store shelf. They're not tucked away in the latest smartphone or hidden in the seams of a designer dress. Instead, they're nestled in the quiet moments of connection with loved ones, the satisfaction of personal growth, and the joy of contributing to our communities. Now, this may sound abstract, but there's a wealth of psychological research supporting this notion. Results consistently show that people who prioritize goals related to personal growth, close relationships, and community contribution report greater satisfaction with life. In contrast, those who chase after extrinsic goals, such as financial success and material possessions, often find themselves on a treadmill of dissatisfaction. No matter how fast they run or how hard they work, the finish line, the promise of ultimate happiness, keeps moving further away. So how can we shift our focus from extrinsic to intrinsic goals? It starts with self-awareness. We need to take the time to identify what truly matters to us, what makes us feel alive and fulfilled. This is not a one-time task, but a continuous process of introspection and reflection. Next, we need to consciously prioritize these intrinsic values in our daily lives. This might mean choosing to spend time with loved ones instead of working overtime, investing in personal development instead of the latest gadget, or volunteering in our local community instead of indulging in retail therapy. Finally, we need to develop resilience against the lure of consumerism. This requires critical thinking skills to see through the marketing tactics, mindfulness to recognize and resist impulsive buying urges, and courage to step off the consumer treadmill and chart our own path. Breaking free from the consumerism trap is not an easy journey. It requires commitment, effort, and patience, but it's a journey worth embarking on. Data suggests that people prioritizing intrinsic goals over extrinsic ones report greater satisfaction with life. Here are some practical steps to cultivate contentment. First off, reflect on your values. Take some time to identify what truly matters to you beyond material possessions. This could be relationships, personal growth, or contributing to your community. By defining what's important to you, you can start to align your actions with your values, leading to a more fulfilling life. Next, practice gratitude. There's a wealth of research supporting the idea that regularly acknowledging what you're thankful for can shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. This simple practice can help you appreciate the richness of your life as it is, without the need for constant upgrades or new purchases. Then, set intrinsic goals. These are goals that enhance your personal growth, relationships, and well-being, rather than ones focused on acquiring more stuff. Studies suggest that people who prioritize intrinsic goals over extrinsic ones report greater well-being and satisfaction with life. So instead of aiming for a new car, why not aim for a healthier lifestyle, stronger relationships, or learning a new skill? Finally, embrace mindful consumption. Before making a purchase, ask yourself if it aligns with your values and if it's truly necessary. This can help you resist impulsive buying and make more conscious decisions about what you bring into your life. Remember, cultivating contentment is not a one-time event, but a process. It requires patience, reflection, and sometimes a shift in perspective. But the rewards are immense. By stepping away from the consumer-driven rat race, you can start to find genuine fulfillment in the simple, everyday moments of life. Remember, true contentment comes from within, not from the latest purchase. As we navigate our consumer-driven world, we can start to reclaim our happiness.